The sharp echo of shouting cut through the quiet hallway of the hospital. "Get out of my hospital!" Dr. Adrian Keller's voice thundered across the reception area, making nurses freeze and patients glance nervously at one another. He stood tall in his white coat, anger burning in his eyes as he pointed toward the glass doors that in front of him stood a small, fragile elderly woman. Her gray hair was neatly tied back, and she leaned slightly on a wooden cane. Her coat looked old but clean, and her calm eyes held a strange, quiet dignity. "I'm sorry, doctor," the receptionist whispered nervously. "She insisted on seeing you." "I don't care," Adrian snapped. "This is a private medical facility. We don't allow strangers wandering in demanding meetings." The woman didn't move. She simply looked at him, studying his face as if searching for something. "I only came to speak with you for a moment," she said softly. Her voice was gentle, almost warm, which somehow irritated him even more. "There's nothing to talk about," Adrian replied coldly. "Security will escort you out." Two security guards started walking toward her, but the woman slowly raised her hand. "Before I go, may I show you something?" Adrian sighed impatiently. "This isn't a museum. I'm not interested in whatever story you." She pulled back the sleeve of her coat, and that's when Adrian saw it, but a long, jagged scar ran across the inside of her forearm. It was old but unmistakable, a surgical scar he knew better than anyone. His words stopped in his throat. The color drained from his face. The hallway suddenly felt very quiet. That scar. It couldn't be. He had seen it once before, 20 years ago. Back when he was just a terrified 16-year-old boy sitting beside a hospital bed. Back when the doctors had said he wouldn't survive without a transplant. Back when a mysterious donor had appeared at the last moment, saving his life. Adrian slowly stepped closer, his eyes locked on the scar. "Where did you get that?" he asked, his voice no longer angry but trembling. The woman lowered her sleeve slightly but didn't hide it. "I was hoping you might recognize it," she said. His heart began pounding. "No," he whispered. Memories rushed into his mind. The long nights, the machines beeping, his mother crying quietly in the hallway, and the surgeon saying the words that changed everything. "We found a donor." But the donor had chosen to remain anonymous. Adrian had spent years wondering who had saved him, and now his gaze returned to the elderly woman's arm. The scar matched the exact procedure, the exact location. His breathing became shallow. "You," he said slowly. "You were the donor." The woman smiled faintly. "I suppose secrets don't stay hidden forever." The security guard stopped walking. The nurses stared in stunned silence. Adrian felt his knees weaken. "You gave me your kidney," he said, barely able to speak. The woman nodded gently. "You were just a boy. Your mother looked so afraid." His throat tightened. Why didn't you ever tell anyone?" "I didn't do it for recognition," she replied calmly. "I just wanted you to live." Adrian looked at the floor, overwhelmed. The same man who had just screamed at her had been living for 20 years because of her sacrifice. Guilt washed over him like a wave. "I'm so sorry," he said quietly. The woman shook her head. "There's nothing to apologize for." But Adrian couldn't meet her eyes that he had built this hospital, become one of the most respected surgeons in the city. Yet he had almost thrown out the very person who gave him his life. "Why did you come here today?" he asked after a moment. The woman hesitated. Then she opened her small purse and took out a folded envelope. "My granddaughter works here," she said. "She told me about a brilliant doctor who saves lives every day." Adrian felt his chest tighten. "I wanted to see if the boy I helped was still kind." The words hit harder than any accusation. Silence filled the hallway again. Finally, Adrian slowly stepped forward. Then, to everyone's surprise, the famous surgeon removed his white coat and placed it gently over the woman's shoulders. "You're not leaving," he said quietly. His voice was completely different now. "You're staying as an honored guest." Tears shimmered in the old woman's eyes. Adrian turned toward the stunned staff. "This woman," he said firmly, "is the reason I'm alive today." The nurses gasped, and from this moment on, he continued, his voice steady, "She will always be welcome in this hospital." The elderly woman looked up at him with pride, and for the first time in years, Dr. Adrian Keller felt something deeper than success. He felt gratitude, because the life he had spent saving others had once been saved by the quiet courage of a stranger who expected nothing in return.